2013, a group of students from an AP Environmental Science class decided they wanted to do a take action project where they not only created an outdoor classroom and focused on conservation, but they were able to give back to the community in a way that would be significant and sustainable. They wanted to leave a legacy. So they came up with the idea of starting what we now call the Land Lab, which was going to be built on some land that was being leased out to a tenant farmer on the property of the Granville Intermediate School. Initially that land was going to be about 5-6 acres. They were going to put in some wetlands and some prairies. And they went through a lot of work to kind of plan out what that would look like. But when we were ready to go with the project, our first call was actually to U.S. Fish and Wildlife, Partners for Fish and Wildlife Program, and a gentleman named Brent Sodergren. He came in, walked around with the site with the students, and based on his guidance and his assistance, that project became a much larger project than we initially thought it would be. Today we're looking at about 100 acres of restored prairies, wetlands, and forests. And what you're going to see is how that has provided not only for conservation in the area, for pollinators specifically, but also for the community as a whole.
The U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service Partners for Fish and Wildlife program became involved on this site mainly for a habitat restoration standpoint. That's the focus of our program. Providing habitat restoration resources for private landowners, but we can also work on anything that's non-state or federally owned. So it really gives us a lot of opportunity to work on local school district property like this here at Granville, but also local park districts. It really gives us those larger chunks of land to kind of have these really diverse projects. Today we're going to talk about pollinators. As part of the Ohio Pollinator Habitat Initiative, creating some educational pieces for individuals to really get excited about pollinators and to understand their importance on the landscape. One of the largest components of the Land Lab is this diverse pollinator habitat that you see behind me. It's providing some tremendous resources to our pollinating insects, our bees, our butterflies. We have a lot of monarchs out here, grassland nesting birds, so it really serves that dual purpose. The one thing that I think is really exciting though is its contribution to the community itself. And especially in the COVID era that we're living in right now, it's important to get outside, to clear your head, to have some place where you can, kind of get out and be to yourself and just enjoy nature. And this really has provided that. So that's one of the things that I really wanted to focus on today, is the importance that this project has on the people. Most of the stuff you're gonna see at the Ohio Pollinator Habitat Initiative Symposium, rightly so, is focused on the insects themselves, and we're going to focus on some of that. But one of the coolest aspects of this project is just its community use. I see bikers, hikers, bird watchers, a little bit of everything out here, and it's really, really exciting to see people out here enjoying this habitat just as much as the bees and butterflies do.
It's kind of like one giant experiment. It's changing every year, changing week by week. And it has just a whole multitude of different things to study.
Ecologically, I'm a really big fan of the Land Lab because it offers so many different environments. We have 3 wetlands, we have a massive prairie, and just so many opportunities for nature to be experienced by the students.